Hello everyone, my name is Lhey and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Today I have a fun video to share with all of you. So I've mentioned on my Instagram just a couple of days ago that I wanted to try a new medium, and it is the gouache. Gouache is a medium in between a watercolor and an acrylic. And yes, I am aware that there's already an acrylic gouache that is available in the market, but I really wanted to just get the regular gouache. And so at first I thought about it if I wanted to invest right away on a very great quality, high quality, artist quality, and also very expensive brand. And then, you know, Christmas is coming. I have 3 kids that I have to think about, but I also wanted to be kind to myself. And so I went on Amazon. Of course, I went on YouTube first and did my research and watched a whole lot of videos, the comparison between gouache and what kind of brands out there that is good. And so I decided, okay, you know what? I've seen a lot of bullet journalers and a lot of artists that are enjoying this Gelly Gouache. And this specific brand that I bought is from Arrtx. I think that's how I pronounce it. Arrtx maybe. So Arrtx Gouache, Gelly Gouache. This set has 18 colors, and I think the price of this is this much. And then I will also post the link to this product in my description box below if you are interested. Okay, so this set comes with 18 colors, and it also comes with 2 white colors. One is titanium white and one is just white. I like that it has 2 different kinds of whites and also a lot of whites, because with 18 colors, all of these are, I would say, more on the bright side, on the dark side as well. So having the white, I will be able to mix my own colors and create some pastel colors. And if you're into mixing, then you'll definitely appreciate that too. Okay, so these are Gelly Gouache. I've heard a lot of opinions about it, good opinions, and of course, with everything, there are pros and cons in any product, you know, that I've ever tried. One cons that I've heard about this is that it's easy to cross-contaminate the colors, especially when it's in a jelly form like this. And I agree with that, especially with me. I am not very careful with, you know, picking up colors or cleaning up my brush thoroughly. So that was my concern in the beginning. And then also is that one of the concerns of a lot of artists were that because this is not in a tube, the jelly or the medium itself is exposed, you know, every single time you open your container and you close it, or if you want to paint directly and have it open beside you, then they said that the gouache will dry up much easily, I think much easily. And I agree with that as well. So now that I'm using it, I'm like, you know what, that's true. But the great thing about this product is as if you've seen, I can't speak, as you've seen earlier, there was like kind of like a palette, you know, a blending palette, which is really good. And so here I am hurting myself trying to take out the jelly in their container. I will be honest with you, when I was peeling the plastic, the lid, you know, the seal from the jelly itself, it reminded me of being a little kid, you know, trying to open up a jelly ace is what we call it in the Philippines. So it's like opening up a jelly ace and eating it. So of course I'm not going to eat these paints. I stopped myself, I should say. Okay, so 18 colors. When I was opening them, one thing I've noticed was that some were easier to peel and some were hard. You're gonna see me battle here trying to open up their seal. And also, as you can see here, the color is super saturated. And there's a lot of paint in here. And you see that cup. That is deep. You know, it's not tiny. So there's very generous amount of paint in this product. So I was very happy about that. And then, of course, me making a mess. This is me every single time I play with paints, you know, or inks and all that. My hands are just completely messy. And I'm okay with that. And I think that's one sign that I'm having fun. If my hands are messy, that means I had a good day. So I've had a great idea that maybe I'll do my swatches from the lids. But then, you know what, it's okay. Just throw the dang lids and then just, you know, dip from the paint itself. And then you're going to see me do that later. We'll do the swatches, not all colors. I'm not going to swatch all colors because, yeah, that's a whole lot and it's going to take forever. And this video is already going to take forever as itself. What? This video is already going to take forever because, yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, so let me open this one and then I'm going to come back in a little bit and talk to you what I think about the paint. But when I talk to you about the paint, please know that I am in no way an expert when it comes to gouache. This is my first time trying it, so this is me coming from a place of ignorance, all right? So but if you are also someone who is interested, maybe you'd like to hear an opinion from someone that's just trying it for the first time, then this is perfect. I've been playing with watercolors. I love markers, alcohol markers. I love watercolors. I've never played with acrylic. I do have some acrylic, but I've never really dabbled with acrylic. I don't know why. I've never tried it, but I just didn't. So again, gouache is kind of like in between acrylic and watercolor. The similarity between from the watercolor is that this is water-based. So you can activate this with water. Excuse me. You can activate this with water. So like how you would use your watercolors, you know, if you are going to blend two colors, you can, you know, blend them, the paints itself, and then activate it with water again. The similarity from acrylic is that this is very pigmented. I mean, there's a lot of pigments in this medium. So if you see illustrations here on YouTube, on Instagram that are super vibrant, and you're wondering what is that? What did they use? And you see tubes in there, and you think that's just watercolor. No, watercolors are supposed to be translucent. Okay, so you can see the paper, the texture of the paper, all that. But the gouache, when it dries really flat. It has this matte finish. It's almost like a cartoonish look. Again, coming from a place of ignorance, that's how I want to describe it, is that it almost looks like a cartoon, you know? And the watercolors, when they dry so translucent. They look like art. Again, ignorant person talking here, but it's just washed colors, muted, you know, translucent, and then the gouache is just vibrant, saturated colors, you know, very high pigment colors, matte. They dry matte, and it's fun. I mean, I see the difference. Later you're going to see it too when we start doing an illustration. Okay, so now this time let's try to do some swatches. I have this watercolor pad that Tombow sent me, and I want you to really pay attention to the paint here. You're going to see on the left side, that is pure gouache there. Doesn't have any water at all. And see how opaque that is? That is very saturated. That's pretty darn awesome. And now you're going to see me play around with the colors, and I'm going to swatch them, and some colors will have more water and some will just be pure gouache. I just wanted to play around. Since this is my first time trying it, I really have no idea how much water should I put in here And here I just mixed 2 colors together. So you notice there the red, I just swatch the white and then kind of blend them together. And it looks super pretty. It's kind of like acrylic when you blend them together like that. Super pretty. And here, this is me messing around with the paint and trying to create some cookies because this was for the Doodle a Day challenge. And it's okay. I mean, I'm struggling because I still don't know how much water to use or what's the right amount of water to use to have a good blend. But I think that comes with just practicing a whole lot. And that's the thing, you know, when you're trying out new mediums or new products, you know, or anything new in your life, it just practice. It's a skill. So if it's new, you just have to sit down and really play with it and really try and learn. So I wasn't really happy with how I used the paint with the gingerbread and the cookie because honestly, it was terrible. Especially I did the line art. I actually skipped showing you the line art because it was really bad. And I think also with what it is that my hands are not used to light drawing again. Because remember, I'm using a real brush here, and markers and brushes, real brush, are just super different. You know, the way you handle different pens and different brushes are just different. You know, it's not just the paint, it's also the way you will use your brushes, how much water and how much paint and how much pressure you put in there. So there's still so much to learn about this medium. But one thing that I am in love with is that the opacity, how opaque the colors are and how matte they are when they dry. It's really fun. You know, it's super fun that they are super saturated like that, and at the same time I can blend them with water, or I can activate it with water when a part of it needs blending. And that to me is a super plus. Now the difference from the regular gouache and the acrylic gouache that's, you know, also available that I haven't tried yet, and hopefully I'll save enough money so I can play around with that, or if anybody out there wants to sponsor me. Okay, all right, so the acrylic gouache and the regular gouache, what's the difference? The gouache, the regular gouache, again, it's like a watercolor. So when you lay down a color and then you lay down with other colors with water, basically you're lifting up that first color that you lay down, and then it's going to move, you know, because basically it's like a watercolor. But with the acrylic gouache, once you lay down a color, it's not gonna move. It's like an acrylic. So basically that's it. So you have the characteristic of the acrylic that it's going to be waterproof. Once it dries, it's going to be waterproof. You can't blend that thing again. So if you just want to play around with the gouache, I think you're going to enjoy it. If you've been playing with watercolors and then you want just more saturated colors and you just want really opaque illustrations, I think you'll love this one. This is me trying this for the first time, so that's coming from, please, again, it's just because it's so hard, you know, when you're on YouTube and you feel like you're an expert about everything. That's not me. This is just me, another, you know, art enthusiast that is sharing her excitement, you know, to you guys. And if there's anything that you can pick up and from my videos, that's great. And also, if you've been using gouache, I would like to know if you have any tips or, you know, advice for me so that I can get myself familiar with this medium. I would greatly appreciate it. But again, I will post the link to the description. I will post the link to the product in the description down below. Oh my gosh, I should stop talking now, but thank you for joining me. My name is Lhey. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section down below. Thank you for joining me today. I really enjoyed you. And I hope that you did enjoy this video too. And if you did, please hit that like button. And if you don't, it's okay. And if you're new here in my channel, I do hope you consider subscribing. Anything that has to do with crafting and creative videos, you can find it here in my channel. Thank you again. I hope you have a great day. Happy holidays, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.